Hello everybody, welcome back. Meet the crew from Risk of Rain 2 with SlowWolf. It's the time for the final episode of the series. We got the Mercenary. Now, if you guys want some more Risk of Rain, again, if you folks want some more Risk of Rain, just let me know. I do really like the game. I want to make sure it's something you want to watch me play, so let me know. Alright, cool. Yeah, we're going to play some Mercenary today, and we're going to go with the almost default loadout. You know what, actually, we'll go with a fully default loadout at this point, so that you guys can see what it looks like when you first pick up Mercenary. Although I've been toying with going for the 2 extra abilities you pick up, one of which is a pain in the butt to unlock, and I really like Rising Thunder a lot, but I'm still torn between these two. So, yeah, we're going to go for the basics here and just show you what you can do with Mercenary. Mercenary is a melee character with a lot of finesse involved in playing the character. He's very fast, very fun to play. He's a precision character, which is easy to like in a game like this. He comes with a double jump. He starts off baseline with an extra dash, which is like sick. Mind you, I haven't used his his whirlwind ability in a little while. It works differently based off of whether or not you're jumping. Oh, and everybody died. Nice. But yeah, the ability works differently based off of whether or not you're in midair or not. And effectively acts as a third jump if you need it, which is really, really cool. There is something to be said for how potent, the character's abilities can be. However, if you might have noticed, he's got one glaring weakness. He's melee! This has a one really big issue, honestly, and that's it. It just means that he's really, really vulnerable, and you have to time his abilities correctly. So let's start off with how his abilities work. First off, he comes baseline with a double jump, because he's got like some serious combat drug situations going on. I'm not here to advocate for or against the use of combat drugs in a situation such as this, but I'm sure that all of you folks at home can go ahead and be good judges of whether or not your situation requires combat drugs in order to survive. Although I would advocate that if you are alone on a planet that is filled with life that is hostile to you and trying to kill you at all times, you might have made a mistake by, getting into that situation in the first place. Just a thought. Okay, cool. And everybody dies. Love it. Never mind. Not everybody died. And everybody dies. Good. So, yeah. First attack, he's got his double jump. He's got the, which is like baseline, really, really strong. He's got a left click, which you can sprint and use at the same time. It's a 1, 2, 3 hit combo again. The third hit leaves a debuff on the enemy that if they get hit by another one of your attacks, that attack does bonus damage. Now, this works particularly well with Rising Thunder, an ability you can pick up relatively easily just by fighting long enough and staying in the air as the Mercenary, which, as we'll find out, is honestly really easy to do, even with baseline stuff. There we go. Then let's talk about the other ability here. This is like the double cut, effectively. It's like Rising Whirlwind or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called. Suffice to say, it's effectively a third jump if you use it midair, or if you use it on the ground, it's another dash, which makes it good. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but having access to multiple jumps is pretty hot in this game. Particularly if the jump does damage. It's a nice little bit of extra DPS, which can be helpful. Okay, let's go ahead and cut that apart, then jump over here, cut that apart, then cut that apart, and then just dash to get out of there. Which brings us to our third ability, which is his dash. The dash is used once. It gives you invulnerability frames while you're using it, so using it properly can save your life. If you use it and you hit an enemy with the dash, you get to use it again. This works up until you've done 3 dashes. It is very powerful and is your bread and butter survival ability at all times. Do not waste it. Like, be careful on how you use it. We'll pick up the crowdfunder, but we're not likely to use it immediately, since it's going to be a little bit difficult to justify its use for a little bit. Now, crowdfunder, we'll have to talk about crowdfunder in a minute. Let's continue talking about abilities. I've already talked about the dash. That's all good. I've talked about almost everything except for the ultimate. So the special ability here. Whoop. The special ability here is called Eviscerate. At least the baseline ability is. And Eviscerate... Oh, hi, cat. I think I'm going to have to pause about now, because otherwise this cat is going to absolutely riggedy-wreck this screen door. I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so... as I was saying, Eviscerate, you just dash at people, you become invincible for a couple of seconds, and you do some damage to anybody in an area, which is really powerful. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Comes with its downsides. There's the downsides. That's it. That's the whole list. Eviscerate's freaking amazing. It is easily, excuse me, one of the better specials in the game, and pairs well with the entirety of his kit. It does multiple hits, which means that on-hit things like daggers or whatever are just exceptionally strong. It gives you mobility if you absolutely need it. Like, there's nothing wrong with the ability. It is super powerful. I love its pieces. It is well worth your time in looking at and investing into if, you know, you're playing Mercenary on a regular basis. Even once you've got the extra version of his stuff. Look at that. We managed to stay in the air for that long, and we don't even have hoopo feathers or anything else crazy yet. Now, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm getting the item I want. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's get out of it. Let's get a move on. I think we've done everything we can for this level. Neat. Please stop. Game. Okay, like, spawn literally anything else, please. I'm getting a little bit tired of the wisps. Okay. Beetle Queen here is fine. And that's that. This character excels at being able to do just a ridiculous amount of damage very quickly. And staying nearly invulnerable while doing it if you know what you're doing. Now, some people think that this dude's inconsistent. And I'll admit, there are some runs where it just doesn't come together. But ever since I learned the important lesson that time doesn't matter as much in Risk of Rain 2 as it did in the first one, my life's been a little bit better with the guy. Like, I've been consistently getting pretty good runs just in general, but like Mercenary, as long as he's got like a basic kit with even like regular looking items, he does super well. He's super fast, he does a lot of damage, he's really hard to hit. He does have his problems though. Because he's all melee, he does have situations where you're just like, oh, I'm up against bells, and I got hit by one that I didn't see coming. Like, it happens. Especially because you have to go towards people to really get your job done. Which, I mean, feels bad, man, I guess. Please. Dash over here, do some extra damage that way, then dash down here, hit the button. Cool. And there's Flippy for you. 7.5 minutes in, where you've got a couple items that I'd like to scrap as quickly as possible, but overall, good run. We got the band. Honestly, the crowbar isn't that bad either. It's helping our band to go off. Berserker's Pauldron has gone off multiple times now as well, which is good. The trick right now is just making sure that we get the right items in the right order that we need in order to just win. That's it. Oh, okay, so you're just going to keep spawning wisps the whole damn game long. Very good. I like it when you spawn wisps. It's my favorite. Now, if I'm not completely mistaken, yeah. So he only has, like, one attack that breaks you out of sprint mode, which is, you know, a thing, I guess. It's not a big deal, but it's something to keep in mind. The whirlwind here is the only thing that stops your sprint. Everything else you can do while sprinting, it seems, which is obviously quite handy. I didn't dash the right way there. It's fine. Yeah, please. Yeah, okay. This is fine. Have I tapped you for anything at all? Yeah, I did, actually. There we go. Decent amount of damage there. Excuse me. No. Nice. Like, the thing about this character is that, yeah, you have to think a little bit when using him. Big boo-hoo. But also importantly, if you think a little bit while using him, he hits like a truck, which is nice. Oh, again, some texts. Okay. Cool. Yeah, the character is just... It's about... Like, if you can manage to finesse the character a little bit, like, you start learning how to use his attacks and when, you can read the room. And by the time you have this character, you can. In order to unlock Mercenary, you have to obliterate. You have to have at least obliterated once. Let's go for the... Okay, let's go for the energy can then. Yeah, effectively, once you've got this guy, you know how to read your enemies well enough that you should be able to, like, actually use the character pretty well right out of the gate. Which is a good thing. Compared to the first game where it felt like Mercenary is actually, like, relatively difficult for me to use, I find this version of Mercenary to be, well, if not easy, then at the very least, you know, more user-friendly. That matters. He also benefits from some items way better than others. And, you know, other people in the game. So anything that requires you to be close to the enemies to pick up things, like bandoliers or monster tooth or whatever, dude is fine with that, because he's already up close anyway. What's a little more proximity going to do to him? Make him more lethal? Oh, bleed, yes. Yes. Bleed apparently is just good on everybody. It's it got buffed in the 1.0 patch. I didn't know. Apparently, it's just an insanely good item right now. You can make a pretty good argument as to... Apparently, you can make a pretty good argument either way as to whether or not you want to use daggers or the goggles. Now, mind you, the daggers do have a point in time where they cap out in terms of where apparently they cap out in terms of a variety of different kinds of damage and stuff, but, like... Whether or not the goggles cap out or the daggers cap out, the point is that they're both very good. And that you're going to want, like, you're going to want a lot of both of those items. Tri-tip dagger is just, it's so nice. Especially on a character who attacks as fast as Mercenary does. Look at that. I mean, just dancing through people. And it's almost like... You know what's the other thing I like about Mercenary? Mercenary is beautiful to play. Like, it is one of the few characters that's just like... This is an aesthetically pleasant like form of gameplay. I really just enjoy how it feels to be the Mercenary. Now, before I hit that teleporter, I am going to go ahead and just... use these folks to leapfrog around. See if I can't find any more items. But it really looks like there aren't any left on the level, which is, like, kind of disappointing. I was expecting a couple more chests. That was a little spooky. I put myself in front of a bell for no good reason at all. I feel like I nearly died. Alright, let's go ahead and hit this thing. If we get a boss item out of this one, and it's not a very good one, then we do have a 3D printer for a good one. Alright, there's too many bells. And everybody died. Okay, sure game. This is a little nuts. I'm not sure if anybody's noticed, but there's a lot of baddies. Cool. Reasonable damage. Dash forward using the Slice's ability to kind of flex between two different kinds of versions of itself. Okay, I thought I had my dash still. Apparently that took too long. That's okay. You also can develop a pretty simple damage rotation with the character. So, like, you eventually figure out that you got, like, enough attack speed that if you hit 1, 2, 3, and then you've got the Whirlwind Slash, you can do that as a combo every single time that you're attacking. Well worth your time to do. Like, once you've got that memorized, you're barely looking at your cooldowns most of the time. Oh, and by the way, the item we picked up was Stellar, so I'm very pleased about that. Okay, come on now. And honestly, I think we just leave. We found everything we were gonna find. We're already like late compared to where I'd like to be in a lot of situations. Like, even if time doesn't matter that much, 15 minutes to get to this level is a bit of a spooker. So, youth. Hopefully we can find some items to make life worth living on this level, because that last level was kind of pants. We picked up a Lepton Daisy, a dagger, a war banner, and a missile. The missile's good. And the dagger's good, but the rest of it could probably use some work. Please. You need to stop doing that. Like, let me just jump over your attack. Could you not? Please? I'd really appreciate it if you didn't. Zap. Dash. Zap again. Zap again. Jump up in the air, do the double slash, then get back into the groove of things, attack him. No real harm done. Zap. Now, if you use all the attacks you have aggressively, you tend not to have your attacks for when you need them defensively. So it is a careful balance between how much offense do I want to put in on this, and how much defense do I want to put on this. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to quickly just 3D print away our fungus and the daisy, because the daisy is not going to really do very much for us. And the fungus, as lovely as it can be on occasion, it definitely has its moments where it's just pants useless. Goodbye, Daisy. Is there anything else I want to 3D print here? The War Banner, I could see being gone. The Personal Shield Generator, 100%. So, Personal Shield Gen, thank you. Now, I've been told there's a lot of reasons to like this level, and one of them is that apparently there's a guaranteed nude altar on this level someplace. What? So the nude altar are those blue things that we've been using to go to the shop. For those of you that have skipped class the last couple times that we've been here. Oh, hello. You know what, actually? While I'm here, print me a crowbar, please. It's not like crowbar is bad, but a crowbar isn't good enough for me to use. And the stun grenade is still helpful, so I'll take it. But apparently, there's a nude altar up here somewhere, I think. There is supposed to be a guaranteed nude altar someplace in this level. Apparently. But apparently it's not here. So, you know, big sad. Well then. I suggest we leave then. Wee, double jump. Baseline. Very nice. Okay, now over here we do come across an interesting conundrum. Do we go for teddy bear or the leg? I'm gonna go for the leg. Like, literally the leg never gets bad. If you want to stack an item up to 100, the leg is one of the best items in the game that is effective. More effective at 100 stacks than it was at 99. It's more effective at 100 stacks than it was at any other number of stacks previous to it. Other items, like our poor crit goggles, which cap out at a certain point, you know, not so much. You want to get a certain number of those items and then, like, stop dots, effectively. Because everything past a certain point is effectively just security to make sure that you don't end up accidentally trading away too much of the item you wanted to keep. That's effectively the way I see it. Okay, look, I stood in fire. That's on me. Hello. That is an alien head. That is a big deal. Okay, so as far as big deals go, alien head for our mercenary friend here is stellar. since it reduces the cooldowns of all your abilities. It is one of the single most powerful effects you can have on a character like this, who relies on their abilities to stay alive. Please no. Why aren't you dead yet? Cool. Now, if you'd all be so kind as to eventually kick the bucket... You gotta be kidding me. Okay, we gotta make a choice here, quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. Grab it. Dash out of here. Like, as much as I'd love to stick around and just say hi for a little while, guys... Nah, dude, that's a lot of baddies for, like, what extra benefit. There is still a green, like, a big chest back there that we're gonna have to go back and check out, because we'd be silly not to, but... At least this way, I have a little bit of breathing room, and I can explore the rest of the level at a decent clip. Okay, I don't see any other chests up here. And we know where the teleporter is, if I remember correctly, that is. We've opened that. Y'all are together? Beautiful. There's a lot of bad guys. Has anyone noticed that? Wow. Missile plus band is not enough to kill those bison, huh? We might be going a bit slow. Okay. And then barbed wire here is fine. It'll allow us to deal with the wisps far more easily than we would before. And I'll just take my free ride out of here. So, one of the things you can use the dash for is for mobility, obviously. It helps. The big thing with it, though, is that you can use it offensively to deal damage and then also protect yourself at the same time. So make sure that you're doing that as much as you possibly can to get the best use out of the ability. It's just good efficiency, and at this point, honestly, good efficiency is worth its own reward. Don't do what I just did, effectively. Okay, we're going to do that. Oh, just a little bit of fire damage to keep the old furnace rolling there. That was actually pretty sick. It's worth mentioning that barbed wire, the razor wire, upgrade on this character really does do wonders for dealing with the smaller units in the game. It's not like the best item in the world, and stacking it doesn't really do much other than increase the size of the area of effect of the razor wire. But coupled with the fact that I've got access to several monster teeth, like, we're in a very good position. And you gave me the perforator, huh? Ow. You absolute chode. So the perforator does a couple of things for me. Mostly, though, the chance to just really splooge a lot of fire damage all over the place. I'm not saying the word splooge again. That was gross. Missiles going around, killing some stuff. Run's good. I think that we're set to obliterate this run without any real issue, and that's how we are going to end this. As much as I'd like to go after Mithrix and stuff, sadly I got things to do today. Like, for instance, you know, it's the pandemic times, right? But, like, there are still emergency visits that one has to do. So, for instance, my brother right now, currently, foot, not in a good spot. He's hurt it pretty badly. So I'm going over to his place to help him out, because he needs the help. He needs the help. And, yeah, like, we want to make this sure that this episode doesn't last for, you know, millions of years. Cool, easy kill there. And you know what? As much as I just said all the things I just said, I also see this challenge of the mountain and accept the challenge. I'm feeling pretty strong right now, so... Okay, magma worm. Okay, if we kill this guy fast enough, we should be in a fantastic place. Now, this level in particular is important, largely because of the free red chest. Well, largely because of the red chest that we can farm up. And if we do farm it up, it's worth a lot to us. Now, there's Elder Lemurian around. he gets priority, actually, over the magma worm, because he does way more damage than the magma worm ever would. As soon as you see a big thing like that, or the bells, you take the time to learn where that opponent is, and you take the time to respect that enemy, so that way you don't die to that enemy. Because Mercenary does not have a ton of HP. I'm not sure if you've noticed or not, but on the whole rankings of how tough am I, he's actually not all that high up. So, okay, well, I lit myself on fire. This turned out to be a good offensive move. Someone called the hospital, but not for me. I might be the one who's on fire, but cool. Good kill. And now my eyes can't see anything, because the brightness that the magma worm does is probably the single most dangerous thing that it does to my eyeballs. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and open up this chest, then check out some of the other chests. Like, this is a level that's going to take us a little bit of time to just get through, because there's so much power we can get out of this. The ukulele is a massive grab in terms of power. Oh, cool. He dropped a lunar coin. Do we go for 2 challenges of the mountain? I think the answer here is no. Somrang, I think better for us. Honestly, the super low cooldown helps. And then out of these, I'll take the random. Yeah, worth 100%. Let's take out this guy now. Look how much easier that is when it is a magma worm. So, I'm going around killing these bosses. Not because it is easy. It is. But because it is far easier for me to farm up things if you hunt down bosses. Like, the hunting down the bosses in a level like this, so long as you're powerful enough, gives you the ability to really quickly get your build up and running a little bit more quickly. It should really stop being redundant. What I'm trying to say is, because of the fact that the bosses are worth a lot of money, they are worth focusing down and hunting down quickly in an effort to get the money that you need to just pick up the crap that you want. You know, you don't want to spend an eternity farming. Now, tough call here, but I think I'm going to go for the fuel cell, because the fuel cell has more potential upswing. I had a run yesterday where I found 0 of them, and it made me very sad. Now I actually have one, and I am the happiest man on planet Earth. I would like to go ahead and thank my family and friends. I'd like to thank my family and friends for their continued support as I eventually make my way up here to the top. To the top of the pile. As one of YouTube's greatest Risk of Rain 2 stars. Cool. We got another challenge of the mountain here. We can do 3 of them. I do not think we have that kind of power level in us, because if we summon 3 of them, it's going to be like 3 overloading, like, super giant men, and I do not feel confident with that particular style of play yet. Yes, I'm a chicken. Yeah, I actually want to win, is the problem. As entertaining as it is for you, for me to lose, it is not entertaining for me. That matters. Okay, Warhorn is huge. The Bungus is not. The Bungus is not huge. It is the opposite of huge. Now, next thing to check up on is how much is this red chest worth? Come on. Thank you. No. You don't get to live. Goodbye. We might be slightly low on fire, but it doesn't really matter all that much. So you are $4,231. Okay. We can handle $4,231. That one's relatively easy to work with, honestly. No. You. Stop that, you. And I believe my BattleNet is constantly going off. I'd like to go ahead and apologize to people who are listening to my BattleNet constantly going ding or whoo, and I don't know why it is. I installed it once and now my life is a living nightmare. It's halfway a joke. Okay, so I do want to check out one more thing before we farm up the big stuff. I would like to check out the corridor. So we know that there is the tunnel here. The tunnel tends to have at least a couple of things inside of it. It is worth taking a look at under most situations. Bandolier doing what Bandolier does best. Yep, Bandolier doing what Bandolier does best. I probably should have immediately, like, the first 3 items, they were all like absolute gold. Deathmark is good too, though. We have enough reasons to pick up Deathmark that I'm actually quite pleased. We've got fire, we've got bleed. Stun doesn't count. It turns out for debuffs. The only thing we're really missing now is a Chronobauble to usually quickly get access to Deathmark. So, yeah. Okay, and I believe this is roughly where we started, if I remember correctly. We got everything right out of the gate fairly quickly, just due to lucky elite spawns. Just keep doing your best. And keep missing on occasion, it's fine. Missing sometimes happens. Okay, there is a chest in here that we did not open. Perfect timing. And hey, it's a goat hoof. Alright, so run's good. Run's very good. We only need 1,200 more to unlock our inner power here, which is good. Is that enough to go fight the boss immediately? We already have one challenge the mountain on the boss. A fine beginning. And everybody dies? No, not yet. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we've got enough. You know, why would I fight this boss without the item, huh? My current thinking. If I can get the item, why wouldn't I get it right now? Great thinking. Okay. Hit it up. So, now that we've opened it, we got ourselves an Aegis. And Aegis is okay, actually. We have a lot of monster teeth kind of coming out of the woodwork. We do heal quite a bit. It's not going to do anything yet. It's sadly one of those items that one of those red items that requires a little bit of help to get moving. But once it gets moving, though, it is pretty good. I missed every single attack I had there. Oopsie daisies. Okay, we couldn't quite jump up there. That's fine. Cool, I managed that time. So now we fight the boss. Now that we have all this extra healing that we could potentially get, we do want to make sure that we are going after... Like, we could easily turn this entire run around by getting a couple of really good healing items to effectively make it work. Oh, good grief. So, I'm not sure how many of these guys we wanted to fight. I'm pretty sure the answer was less than this. The good news is, I think we got it covered. As it turns out that Somerang, as much as it's an item I don't respect sometimes, has a really low cooldown to begin with, and the fact that we've made it even lower thanks to reasons has helped. Oh good, 2 predatory instincts. That could have been 3, sure, but that also could have been an overloading worm, and then we would have like just easily died. Straight up. I don't see us winning that one. So, that was good. I'm happy with how that turned out. Now, there's a bunch of crabs. We can't really leave our premises here to deal with them, which is upsetting and frustrating, I know. But occasionally, I'm going to. I'm not here, Bells. Stop that. Cool. See what I mean, though? Aegis is like giving us a little bit of extra healing every once in a while. But isn't it enough to... It's not enough to really, like, write home about yet. It is one of those items, though, that can absolutely win you the game because of how much extra HP it gives you. Effectively, it can double your HP without really breaking a sweat. So it is well worth your time. Like, once you've got it, like, it can definitely do some work, but you do need to build around it a little bit. So, we're going to try to. Elephant is not what I'm looking for. Voodoo Doll! Voodoo Doll would be typically tempting, but this is not the right run for it yet. I really like Voodoo Doll. Don't get me wrong. It is a powerful item in the right run. We don't have that run yet. We just don't have that run yet. So we made it through. We completely wiped the level of anything of use, really. Now we're on to the hardest level out of the entire run. If we can get past this, we're going to obliterate really fast. No worries. So what's the trick? Don't let the ding-dong bells get you. That's the trick. Time your abilities and your attacks to go after them. Did you have to teleport right there and then, buddy? Cool, killed him. Alright, now with $1,000 to my name, let's go ahead and start opening up some of these chests. Oh good, another war banner. Look, it's not that war banner's bad. War banner's fine, and the fact that it triggers automatically upon hitting the button is a big difference in terms of power level from where it was before. Oh god, that parent. We will probably die to this. Never mind, we lived. For now. That parent nearly killed us all on his own. That's what I get for not respecting the fire elites, man. Magma worm damage? Easy to deal with. You know, you can shrug that off relatively quickly. Fire elite parent? Not so much. Can I open the sucker? Yes. Good. Okay, killed the magma worm, got the harvester scythe. That's our second one now, so it actually does do some serious healing for us. Just stay off the ground and keep running, dude. And it's worth mentioning that parents do not get stunned under any circumstances. They are just big and frightening at all times. Cool, we actually got the kill. Whew! That required good play to do. I'm very pleased with myself. Okay, up in that sucker. That gives us access to gasoline, which is another form of fire, but we already had fire covered, kind of. I'd say go for the nuke, probably. Yeah, I'm going to go for the band here. Band is well worth spamming if you got the chance to. Wow, my HP. I got hit by, what, 2 bells? Not even? Ding, 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 ding. And there's more of them. Bells are the bane of my existence, man. Every time they show up, it is the worst enemy in this game. Bar none. If you disagree, then you haven't played the game enough to know just how frustratingly strong those enemies are. They're tough. They fly. Stop that, you. Game, have you noticed that you've been spawning a lot of enemies? In a way that is maybe not conducive to my living? This is the final episode of the series. Don't you want to leave a good impression, game? Game? Yes, I am guilt tripping you. No, I know you don't care, but... No, you can't fault me for trying, can you? Okay, we got stealth suit. The stealth suit will help us to stay alive in some situations based off of sheer dumb luck. And if there's one thing I've said before, and I'll say it again, it's better to be lucky than it is to be smart, at least on occasion. Okay, now the tri-tip dagger here does not hurt. Alright, so it doesn't matter whether or not we rotate it or not, we hit the nude altar, so we'll just have to go through the shop. Yeep. Now, I have to wonder. There is at least one more green item on this level I haven't picked up yet. And we definitely have the muns to pick it up. I wonder if there's much else. Well, there's at least a couple chests here. So it's a good thing that we did the loop. And a couple of items just to make sure that we get that little bit of extra power to offset the amount of time we're taking is a good plan. Like, the reason why time doesn't matter as much in Risk of Rain 2 as it did in the first one is because the items are powerful enough to carry you over, given enough of them. Yeah, I'll just take the shortcut up here if you don't mind. That's up here. Now, we, oh no, that green item was taken. I took that green item, it turns out. I'm an idiot moron who forgot what he's taken in the level. That's fine. Yep, okay. I guess I'm wasting money on drones at this point. Let's get a move on. Oh, hold on, though. This might have some use items we actually want. I'm looking very specifically at that capacitor. Cool. Oh, Jesus. Get me out of here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Big hell no out of me on this one, folks. Yeesh. Why am I going back in? This is tantamount to suicide. Do not do what I just did. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, jump up here, and then dash up here to be able to get to this item here, which I'm then going to pick up and then run. We are now Zeus, Lord of Thunder, and this is a good thing. The Royal Capacitor is probably the best use item in the game by some accounts, and you know what? I'm willing to agree with those accounts. It really is a lot of damage. Oh, fuck me. So this is probably the worst thing that could have happened. We're just going to run, effectively, around. Hope we don't get hit by anything too important. Okay. Take it real easy, dude. There's still the lightning brass contraptions from before, the ones that you explicitly tried not to stick around. I got hit by something. Shit, I'll have to get on the next pass? That is the single scariest thing we've had to deal with this entire run. The game really did try to kill us there. I'm glad we told it no. We're going to go ahead and scrap both of these because they're largely useless. Oh, no. We're on to Malachites. Alright, that's fine, game. I see what kind of game you're playing. I don't have to like it. It spawned nothing but Malachites. This is atrocious. Malachites are a problem. Gotta play cagey here. So far, so good. It's definitely requiring more thought than I would have liked. Okay. No, I don't want to 3D print more fireworks. It's not what I had in mind. So we got a lot of items that we want to like actually print into something more useful. Not ideal, obviously. Thanks for the extra money. And one thing we can do to... Oh, there we go. That's something, at least. It's not great, but it's something. At the very least, we're in a situation where we can go to the shop right now and really do stuff. Now, I realized we could have gone to the shop in the last level. I'm an idiot for having not done so. But hey, you know, idiots happen. Me included. Okay, green item, ukulele. I am not upset about that at all. Okay. Still alive. But the sticky bomb here, probably fine. The more of those we get, the more chances it has of just doing extra damage. That's all good in my books. Okay, we actually don't have the money for that. Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? Game. Okay, now I've got the money for it, guaranteed. Let me have it. Okay, and the key. Sure, fine. Okay, I don't think there's a use item I really would rather have than the royal capacitor, so I'm not going to waste the money. And that thing's close enough that I am going to go ahead and just hit the button and hope we find something that I like to kill. And we did. This is good. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. Never mind, it was not a mistake. It was fine. You can still die really easily, though. That's the one. That's a fun thing about this character. You're always on the knife's edge. Like, your run could always just immediately end. Yes, it's scary and frustrating when it happens. But I'll tell you what, it'll put the fear of every single enemy in this game in you. You will learn to respect every bell. You'll learn to respect every monster in this game if you give yourself the chance to at least give it a shot. Ah! Okay, we're still good. Tense is his jaw. This is normal. I mean, you see the Aegis is actually showing off its true colors right now? Run. Then we could have died right there. Okay! Okay, sure. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now that we're here, yeah, the Gesture of the Drowned is kind of a must-take. And how strong do I think I am? Let's finish off the run with a bang. We're going to pick up the Beads of Fealty here. And oh, yeah. Alright, Ceremony of Daggers is good. And yeah, I'll pop in a couple more items to just get those scraps out of my inventory and like use it for something useful. At this point, do we go for the Void? Like, I'm not sure if I've got the time, but we could really use the power if we're gonna try to take out that big dumb stupid. Let's go. This is very unwise of me to do, by the way. Look, if it's just even remotely tough, we're out of there. If we can't like finish it really quickly, then we're out. Right? Right. Okay, cool. We at least take a look at the enemy. If it's Wisps, it'll be too annoying. Like, I want Lemurians first or bust. Bust it is. Bust it is. Sweet Jesus. All I need now is Soulbound Catalyst, and this run is complete. So, yeah, we at least tried there. We're on to the next level. Second last level. We should be able to do it relatively quickly here. The trick right now is just to make sure that we don't die to something really stupid, which absolutely can happen with Mercenary way faster than you'd expect. Come on, dude. Okay, that was pretty cool. We just accidentally stared at a dude and he died. Love it when a plan comes together. Now, just to the Drowned also comes the additional benefit that really right now it is a... Just to the Drowned means that we don't have to worry about when to use our Royal Capacitor. Which means that it is a low mental strain. Low to zero mental strain on it, actually. Which makes it just so much better. The instant you don't have to worry about using your items, and your items just kind of work for you as a passive, the better off you'll be. Now, this does come with some downsides. Naturally, it means that you can't aim it, really. If you need to kill a very specific unit, sometimes you're just not going to be looking at them appropriately, and as a result, you're not going to be able to get it. It happens. But on the other flip side... Oh, good. On the flip side, you don't have to worry about it being used. You don't have to slam the button just to make things happen. We're going to go ahead and try out the Challenge of the Mountain here because I'm feeling ballsy as hell right now. Yes, that's unwise. No, I don't care. Yes, it's taking up more time. I do care about that, actually. I should really stop doing this. And yet, I can't help myself. This is what the game demands of me. Now, were there any other items within immediate visibility and purview that I could purchase? I mean, yeah, teddy bear. Until you get like 9 of these, teddy bear is always a good pickup. And we've got 4, which is solid. It's about half the ones I want. Get this, pick up the lockbox. Get a death mark here, which does not make me sad. He died immediately upon, looking at the, gazing at the face of Thor. Game. You're adorable, but I think I got your number here. Stay away from that guy. Just when I thought I was getting cocky, the game reminded me, right, Malachite elites exist. And it's worth mentioning, like, we have the shields. Like, Aegis is actually doing stuff now. We've got enough Harvester Sights and enough critical hit chances, apparently, that all things considered, we're fine. Like, it's a 31% crit chance right now, based off of the items we have. Apparently that's enough. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Ah, shit. We did it. So that was frightening for a variety of reasons. If you're going to figure out why, fire elite golems like that can absolutely end your day. They do a ton of damage to the fist. And additionally, their laser just stacks fire on you like no one else's business. It is an incredible amount of damage that they can deal all at once. Jesus. Saved by War Banner and a combination of all this other stuff that we've got. For sure. For sure. It's a good thing we have the items that we do. Let's leave it at that. Now, this is the level where we really want to kick some butt. Hopefully pick up some real, some power changers here. Power changers in the sense that, you know, I would just like to be able to kill things much more quickly than I currently am, because I believe that we will die to Whip as soon as we see him. Cool, well, he died instantaneously. Don't have enough money for that yet. Okay. Okay, then. Okay. Never mind. I stand corrected. It was really just we hit the challenge of the mountain, and we forgot that the challenge of the mountain actually means what it says. It is a challenge. Bleed chance is great. Bleed chance is good. Okay. Now, I would like to pick up some boss damage. I heard you had boss damage! Boss damage? Boss damage! Where can we find this boss damage? Right down the road! If you guys haven't seen Friend Souls, whatever it's called, it's a great animated short on YouTube where two friends play Dark Souls, and it is adorable. Oh no. Excuse me. We are being chased, by the way. I'm not sure if anybody else has noticed. Okay, Buckler here helps. We are sprinting quite a lot. Not all the time, but enough. And if we need to run for our lives, at least we have the chance to do so now. Alright, we've got the use item we want to use for the rest of our life. There's nothing else I really want. Groovy. Let's obliterate. Maybe. Now, I've made things difficult for myself. Well, I got out of there in a hurry, and it was a good time to do so. Another rose buckler, huh? This is fine. You know what? I actually think that we have a chance. We have a chance of obliterating with the extra bonuses here at this point. And that leaves me feeling very pleased, because it's the only thing that we haven't really done in the series. We've gone to the Golden Shores, we've beaten the final boss, we've obliterated normally, I think. We've certainly refused obliterating normally and then died instead. So, yeah, if we can manage to beat Whip Whip, I'll be very pleased. That was maybe not a great choice of mine. Okay, I am going to go ahead and quickly run over here, as there are at least a couple of items worth opening up. Let's see. No. Yes. And we got Gore's Tome. A little late for that one, sadly. Let's get a move on. Now, this next section is going to look familiar right up until the moment where it doesn't. Sweet. Easy kills. So, for the Hidden Realms, A Moment Fractured has the log right down here. If you go to the back and don't fall all the way, you can't die here because the only damage you can take is fall damage. So, unless if you have the Frail artifact on, like, that's the most that's going to happen to you. But yeah, all you have to do is walk off the back here, and the log is right there. Like, you can see the platform where it's on. Now let's go see about a scavenger. Now this is usually fairly easy to do parkour wise. If you've gotten to this point in the game, as by this point you should probably have at least 1 or 2 mobility items. And hopefully you're playing a survivor that has some mobility abilities, though it's not always guaranteed. Now, normally what would happen here is the run would end. But we picked up the prayer beads, which means that the run does not end. The prayer beads are effectively your double or nothing. It's you betting that you can take on one of the hardest enemies in the game without much issue. Oh shit. This boy's got bands, huh? Gura Gura, the lucky. I don't think he's all that lucky. I hate that. Yep, I figured that might happen. Dude, guy had bands. Screw this boss! Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the series. Yeah, that was Mercenary. We did fine right up until the moment there where I missed my second dash and then was kind of stalled out in the middle of nowhere, and then we got hit by this stuff, and then we died instantaneously. It was a good run, though. We probably could have gone longer, but I need to go. So, thanks for watching. If you folks enjoyed the series, let me know. If you folks want me to continue playing, and if you do, let me know which character you folks want me to play. At this point, if I do continue the series, I could roll a dice. I could pick the characters I want to play. I could try completing the last of the objectives I've got set out for myself. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. If you got this far in the video, chances are you liked something, so hit that like button, and I'll see you folks in the next video, whichever one you decide to watch. That's it. You've met the crew of Risk of Rain 2. Mission accomplished.